Sleazy salutations, my slimy syndicate, your sultry star sugar pants slinking back into your small intestines to present another putrescent picture. And I'm very excited for what I've got for you today. 1983's Screwballs, a spectacular skin flick that's light on the story and heavy on the smut. Basically, this one is for anyone who thought Porky's would have been a lot better without all that pesky social commentary and moments of drama. So what's in store for us from a movie that was co-written by the great Jim Wynorski? Well, slide on next to me in my 61 T-Bird and we'll drive in that sleaze docket. We have 0 dead bodies, a quarter cup blood, a quarter cup dog urine, 17 naked breasts. There's actually more, but I'm not counting the ones from The Wild Women of Wongo that shows during the drive-in sequences. That's a movie within a movie situation. 1 naked butt, 4 throbbing, moaning, drumming erections. Gratuitous slide ruler usage. Gratuitous upskirts. Gratuitous tennis racket. Evil principal cliché. Aggressively horny wife cliché. Overly protective older brother cliché. Giant sausage bump and grind. Orgasmic sign hanging. Anachronistic soda jingles. Eiffel Tower fellatio. Frog gendering. Unconscious stuffed animal humping. Angry cougar sex sound effects. 1 shotgun blast. Bouncy sexy aerobics class. Giant throbbing hypnotic sausage. Exploding chemistry set cock blockery. American flag erection. 1 annoying shopping gimp. Bouncing boob bowling pin knockdown. 1 penis stuck in bowling ball. Erection launched bowling ball strike. 2 girls, 1 breast bump. Magnetically eviscerated homecoming dress. De-pantsed principal, and 1 deep-throated breakfast sausage. Basically, our movie is just a ragtag team of horny teenage boys trying to see tits. Literally, that's the whole plot. It all starts with our cast getting prolonged detention for various reasons. Pretty boy Rick pretended to be the school physician during the mandatory breast exams for all freshman girls. Jock prep Brent taught the French class how to give a blowjob while the teacher was away. New student Tim was tricked into the girls' locker room after asking for directions. Fat spaz Melvin got all horned up and decided to jerk off in the meat locker, and nerdy Howard was caught looking up skirts using an elaborate system of mirrors. But what do they all have in common? All of them got in trouble because of Purity Bush, the prudish bratty girl who thinks she's better than everyone. So while in detention, the boys come up with the plan to see who can be the first to get to any base at all with Purity. But it's not a competition. They're actually going to work together and help each other out, which I found to be quite an interesting little twist on the old high school comedy. Everybody gets along quite well regardless of their differences. All through the movie, the individual hijinks ensue, some more elaborate than others, but one by one the boys fail in their quest to claim Purity's purity, which include Tim just flat out trying to sneak into Purity's room at night, but ends up in her parents' bed by mistake. Howard's hypnotically suggestive wiener that accidentally makes everyone except Purity fall under the whammy. Melvin's silly sand scope to let him spy on Purity while she works on her tan. Brent accidentally doses the entire punch bowl with Spanish Fly while trying to get Purity to take a sip. And then there's Rick's drag queen substitute home ec measurement grope fest. And I'm totally secure in my own sexuality to say Rick is definitely making me hot for teacher. But it's not just the quest for purity that ends up on the list of happy good fun times. We also have ridiculously sexy aerobics class. Hot times at the old drive-in with vibrating car seats, squished naked boobs, condom water balloons, and a brawl that ends in an all-out food fight. Brent getting a private lesson from the nymphobiology teacher. A big round of strip bowling where everyone's intentionally ending up in the gutter. and a mandatory trip to the strip club with special guest appearance from Raven Delacroix and her two amazing talents. Eventually, the boys just say, "Fuck it," with about 7 minutes of movie left, and just go for a straight-up revenge plan, teaming up with all the horny girls in class and getting Purity stripped mostly naked in front of the homecoming committee by sewing metallic thread into her costume and turning on some giant electromagnets. Cue up the 1812 overture and roll the credits over Purity's perky pair. Also, am I wrong for thinking the evil Principal Stuckoff looks a lot like Dr. Clayton Forrester? Now, I will admit this movie has not aged too well over the past 40 years. For example, Rick pretending to be a doctor to grope girls. Freshman girls, who are typically 14 or 15 years of age. Or how about dosing Purity's drink with a mysterious substance? The aggressive biology teacher who keeps going after a high school student. Purity's mom accidentally having sex with someone who she thought was her husband. Or how about the forceful undressing of Purity in front of the entire school? However, I submit that this one still has aged better than Revenge of the Nerds. Screwballs actually has a very special place in my corroded heart. You see, this movie was the most frequently rented video your old pal Sugar Pants borrowed from the local grocery store. And thank God they never carded me for R-rated material. To be honest, I'm shocked the tape didn't completely wear out at all the strategically paused moments. If you ever wanted to know why I am the way that I am, you can blame a lot of it on movies like Screwballs and poorly managed video rental counters in the 80s and 90s. So in the interest of fairness, I will admit this movie gets bonus prepubescent nostalgia points for my overall score. But that doesn't change the fact that I would have given this one my glowing recommendation. It's funny without being too corny. Almost the entire cast is likable, and most importantly, it delivers on the goods. This movie was written to show off tits and wacky shenanigans, and this one's bursting at the seams with both. As mentioned in the intro, Screwballs was co-written by Jim Wynorski, whom I covered in Year 2's review of The Lost Empire. Go check that one out for more on good old Jim. But also in the writer's seat was Linda Shane, who starred in this one as the incredibly amorous Bootsy Goodhead. She also starred in Humanoids from the Deep, one episode of Archie Bunker's Place and Hill Street Blues, The Lost Empire, Munchie, and Munchie Strikes Back. She also wrote the sequel to Screwballs, Screwballs 2, or Loose Screws as it's also called. And she's even got a few director's credits, including 2 episodes of The Secret World of Alex Mack. And if all that wasn't enough, she posed for the naughty VHS cover. And in an interesting turn of events, Purity Bush was played by Linda Speciale, who only ended up with 3 total acting credits. The other 2 include Hooker on an episode of Degrassi High, and as the sexy neighbor in the first episode of Breaking Bad. She's the naked gal throwing Jesse's clothes out the window as he runs from the DEA raiding the house. So we may have had to wait 25 friggin' years, but we still got to see Purity's twins a second time. So with that tantalizing tale tucked away, it's time to say ta-ta to you all. And until I greet you next time, this is your breastless buddy, Sugar Pants. See you in your dreams.